This is Hisense AC installation. I want to guide you through the process of installing Hisense inverter air condition. So this is Hisense inverter air condition. This is the installation cable, and this is the installation kit. This is the installation kit, and we have the installation hanger inside. Then this is the indoor unit, which is also called the evaporator. This is the outdoor unit, which is also called the condenser. So stay tuned as I lead you through the process of installation. All right. Unmasking the air condition. This is a new set. When I mean new set, I mean it's not actually as the older model. This is a newer model. Understand? A newer model of the Hisense inverter air condition. For the older model, you will observe that this hood cover is always black, but in this case, it's white. Understand? All right. First, you will need a set of screwdriver. You need a screwdriver set. There is something I don't like about this particular new model. This nut here is not always very strong. At a slight tightening, it will worn out. So this is the internal part of it. In Hisense air condition, we have the ground terminal. So we have the neutral terminal, which is also denoted as number 1. We also have the live terminal, which is also denoted as number 2. Then you have the communication terminal, which is also denoted as number 3. Or you see as the right SI. In Hisense, the right SI. In other products, the right C or something else. So let's keep going. This is the cable trap. Let's sag the nuts and remove the top. So in inverter air condition, in inverter AC installation, you need 4 core cable. You need the live cable. You need the black as the neutral. You need the ash color as the communication cable, which is number 3. Then you need the earth cable. For the course of this video, let me just get it connected, then I will lead you through. So these are the cable well connected. This is the green and yellow to earth, black to N, which is number 1. Then brown to L, which is number 2. Then the ash color to 3, which is the sensor. Then we have actually returned the cable trap to hold down the cable so it will not mistakenly goes off when we drag it down. So carefully lift this up. Hassan, carefully lift this up. Which is something like this. See that? See that? With this. And also you need to remove this. Understand? There is a nitrogen gas inside this pipeline. There's a nitrogen gas inside. If you listen, you'll hear the sound. We heard. That's just it. All right. So you will need this wrapping tape to wrap the water pipe, the gas line, and the installation cable. So do you see how it is? You see how it is? This is how you pick it up, put it inside the hole. So I've been able to install it. See that? This is the plug-in cable, and it's coming direct to this place. You see that? That's how it will be. This is the wall mount coupling. This is the wall hanger coupling. This is how this is. Understand? You now tight the Mendy. You know this already. So this is going here.
What is holding there is the wall mount, hanger, and I'm to tighten the suction line kits to the AC side or to the indoor side. Immediately after tightening the suction line kits, I will follow it up by tightening the discharge kits. So I'm starting first with the suction line, because that's the big pipe. I always like starting from the big pipe, because the big pipe is more rigid than the small pipe, and the big pipe has less flexibility compared to the small pipe. So if you observe what I'm doing, I always try to make you understand that I will use my hands first to thread it down, to make sure that it has actually gone down before using anything related to spanner or using this thing to. So nevertheless, I will just finish tightening up this one, and I will have to move on to the discharge line, which is the liquid line. The bigger pipe has different names. We call it the suction, we call it the pressure line, understand? The vapor line, we call it the vapor line, while we call the small pipe, we call the small pipe the discharge line, and we also call it the liquid line. So that's just it. Immediately I finish tightening that, I will use the wrapping tape to wrap it up, to make sure I close up everything, because if you wrap an AC kit very well, understand, you are helping it to enhance the cooling. If you keep it naked, it will still cool, but not as efficient as you wrap up the cooling. And I would tell you categorically that is the reason why every AC copper kit needs to come with an armor flex. This white covering you see on the body of the pipe of the gas line is called an armor flex. So this is actually a white armor flex. So some of them comes with black armor flex, some of them come with, is it gray color or ash color armor flex. So it must actually come with an armor flex. Also, when you are working on the kits, don't forget to put your water line where you have your wastewater out of the system. Understand? Having your wastewater out of the system is one of the things you need to also put into a massive consideration, because if it doesn't align with gravity, you will be called upon again to work on that particular system. You'll be called upon to work on that particular system again and again, because you need to do the right thing. Because the water will now return and drop where you don't need it. So that will be a very big chaos. That will be a very big issue. So it is better you do the right thing at the right time. You see the way I'm wrapping up the kit. Why am I doing this? Or why do you even need to wrap it up? You don't wrap the kit up to make it look neat. Though that may be one of the reasons why you wrap it up, but another reason why you need to wrap it up is that you are trying to concentrate the cooling to the evaporator. Understand? Concentrate the cooling to the indoor system, so the external air outside will not blow out the cooling before the thing reaches inside. Understand? That's just it. So that's the reason why we need to wrap it up. And also, as I mentioned earlier, that every pipe must come with an armor flex. So it's that armor flex now that you are seeing that is trying to guide the copper pipe, trying to make it up so it will not lose energy before reaching its point. Observe the way I am actually working on that pipe. Though the pipe is not the best of its kind, but at least I still need to manage it and try to execute my professional ideas to try to see how the pipe can be safely installed or safely used. Understand? Because at any given slight mistake, you can end up buying this pipe up to like 2 to 3 times before completing a particular job or before completing the job. But I have to try to be professional. Understand? I do my thing the way it should be. Understand? The best way I know it should be, because spending money these days is not spending money unnecessarily. It's not everybody's dream. Understand? It's not everybody's thing. Imagine you bought this thing as expensive as it is, and an installer or a technician comes, just slight touch on it, and a rough handled touch on the system, the thing just gets spoiled. You need to buy another one again. Understand? just for this. It doesn't actually sit well with some people, so you don't do it like that. It is better you act very careful to make sure that you do what you do the best way you can do it. So this is the time I'm actually installing the wall mount bracket that will bear the condenser, that will bear the outdoor unit. You know that the outdoor unit is also called the condenser. That will bear the condenser. In a few minutes from now, I will just this particular installation. You know how I always do my installation. This particular installation, I'm doing it with no machine. Understand? No machine, just some few percussion tools. Understand? Some few percussion tools that you can use, your hammer, your punch, and the rest of it. No machine, no expensive tools. Understand? But we still get the installation done, and it's very, very perfect. It's very, very nice. Understand? I don't do a shabby job. I don't do job that will not last. I cannot stand the test of time. That's just it. So I do perfect and clean jobs. In my previous video, I showed you what I use this bottom cork to do. Understand? I showed you what I use this bottom cork cover to do, because people see me using it on my videos, but they don't actually know the reason why I'm using it. That bottom cork cover, I use it to align the bottom. How should I even put it? The bottom side of the condenser, so it can fully sit well like this without me going through several measurements and this and that. So I just use the bottom cork, because the bottom cork gives the alignment of these holes. Understand? Of these holes under the condenser, so I can just directly get my positioning, get the hanger installed, and just get everything done there. So that is just it. So this, when I'm opening the I'm opening the hood, this is where you have the discharge line, connector, and the suction line connector. So I just have to open it up, connect the gas line to the right place where it should be. You know, every bigger nut or bigger connector is the vapor line, and the smaller connector is the liquid line. So or let me just simplify by saying every big line is the suction line. Every big nut is the suction line, and the smaller nut is the discharge line. So understand what you are doing, make sure you do the right thing. There is a part where you don't need to connect anything to. When I mean anything, I mean you just open the nuts, you use that part to unlock the refrigerant stored in the compressor. Understand? You don't connect, because I have seen some people making mistake to turn the whole system and connect the kit, the copper pipe, where it shouldn't be connected to, and the real place where it should be connected to. Like, I don't know if it's a kind of joke or something, but here I'm showing you what you have to do and the right way you have to do it. Understand? Once you put in an indoor system, you'll see that it has this cover. You remove the cover. Put in the outdoor system, it also have a cover. You remove the cover, just connect your gas line, and that is all. If you observe, the indoor unit is neatly installed.